Abusia no kwasam se Ghana be yo enye yo eyame no mienu ya ye te Ghana he ya esuban ya brabo ene ye ene be kire se Ghana be ye anase enye ye me mamu nyina adwo e de obia se wa fidie no da piece 104.3 a uti ejumedie e de the platform ya de bra odwada ne ukuada bia e bra na ngotwe kasebo no aba na wieye na no ukuada afunufo league no UEFA Conference League ntia Chelsea ne Real Betis for boy yentimi amfa amremo yentimi amfa resource no amremo platform amremo ma om de commentary buy na de bibia ni hosa nti ekwan mu da ho se yade nkomo twetwe ebrem nene apronso washipa o apronso washipa pa. What is the latest on Chairman Woon to me? NPP General Secretary Justin Frimpong could you there to say free again. One about annual no culture on Joseph Hills, yeah, culture free again. Say I want to me echo fee. And then when you trade him. Sana General Secretary edi atudwa na ayatie eno no yebe hwim na ene untumi lawyer for no so akasa ahwese sana tiana eno da nchen a ene Office of the Special Prosecutor friends and Jofo Nhiamu as always osi owura Kenneth ya kunkunkunku ofuriata wabon wanted na en special prosecutor ke kan zembebre te kan sempi se de munim se de bia oye no ankwano mawura na o ke kan zembebre ya eno na ogina so ka say Ken oforiata wa ma se de ebre no tienti no wa fom ya the sound voices ne bi ebebremo but anopano me can say MPP4 yes o yare no wa nwu a letter keke no wu atwero wo won letter e no de amawo o yare no wa nwu a kire say owu aba kokko say de adroid de me ben wo ba nti dan asiesie wo hu sa na tie na yare no wa nwu a kire say wo nwu biom eden a we one day ena bosum ono obetena nso so no okyerew na chiwade bosum bi ho a okire ngo bosum bi so pengo pa obi ho a ade a okire kala obi bosum ne bi kura chire kala se kala we mempe nti obi kura ebi kura moti akomfo de ombeka che ose ebo no nzia ye mohwere mafie ho ye be cheche osa ne ema nyina de nti na o cheche because opese one wotena Ghana for bu MPP for be na MPP for antiase na fina no se chena na awotwe ena yoku for che untumi ehun ze asa monsua ahwe o di bia nkyere se monsua bibi mo chairman dem na mo ye internal politics tantan sei mo fe mo chairman party President Kufuor party MPP mode some home na ne ya wa lawyer fo akukuda me mpokura law school means hoda me LLB minim na de ban mento law school kura form da e o mi wiase enso mi hu say special prosecutor anase Ioku omo nye final authority in law enti say oko high court kura ko pe bail no wa nya oko human rights no wa nya obetimi akọ pem soro me kura menye law student minim sa de wi ese ya mano bail and I got ni makọ file enti on withdraw ya ye ntimi oboa enye no kre da say obi ya ma obi bail na conditions no ontimi meet ya oko file case ewo your friend is saying human rights court to na kire say ene yokofo eye hu hwe enye no kre obi okasa bia wo boa me so wo boa nye no kre momfa mre bia me hunu ikruma na mra ne ye bo no yenim bo am bo de ayenim hwe ye hwa etimu se player we wasa no yenim bo but ne hwe de yenim hwe this momfa mre bia me hunu aye it's argument, it is not grounded in law. There is no law maximum. I say, oh, you case or yoku. Now yoku amount bail be a say the bail amount is unreasonable. Or they call a human rights court to a no say yoku ya party MPP for the mra say you want na kufuado you were lawyer for way more you were attaching Godfrey you boy damn say hey me say law air trend do Roman for cry yes very conservative no first near will be a fan of Vatican 1 send any see mass no sronko Vatican 1 ultimate come mass and go bonsem ultimate con botchene ultimate con ball gang and ultimate go yes animal and no cry Vatican 1 no cry no father be massa gospel no shada kam and ya tum na self work no oba no ada na chi akire mo no akan wi a o de atum gram na wa be kan de e wo ha na akire mo Vatican 1 no Vatican 2 na yenye sa na adowa nyina de mas adowa yana na Archbishop Emeritus Kwasi Sapon Ada Roma because of bibia ya so na friend enculturation enti ye de adowa eye mas kan na nka Roma so fu betimi delays ana kente aye chasable enzi masa na yedni nyina aye eti ade na ye trend obi oho a no we Vatican 1 priest onye na adwen so be transition even though asoro no Vatican 2 ono Vatican 1 na no pe eti onye na adwen so be sa na law etie sesi ano ba bi omo na no enye se na me ye lawyer o debi ena se otumi do nsesi ubo ka se me ye lawyer sa na se so we no ti sa modern trend no wunimu a ebe bitiu so we need modern trend they beat you they beat you mechanical crash morning boy so you pa but MPP for momfantum hofo say monye kro baako aya munsua bibi why munsua bibi kakra pa say regardless of NDC differences senka NDC pa na yache omo Ashanti original chairman. Now the man say achom voter original chairman. NDC. Nangombe dan wa de bi okroma. Kroma. What? Ka obeti theories ni man kombe spanje de gu abonten ho. Wa kra na ho be hyehye wo. Krachefo sa. Oyonko demu ana mo de internal politics. My dimu ho ya papa. Ba dimu ho ya papa. Wati yenye ni sa kra yenye ni sa mamu nye sa kra mo nye sa na mo yesa mu gum ho ni mas mo kire Ghana for se mo nya ready be de mo fa munsi hansa na mo akire se mo nya ready mo ye mo ho ready ana maba Ghana for asibi na ebisa mo se munie se ai mo na no eto apana munya 41% no almost mo ya sure mo sua de mo se mo ya ko mo se sa yeah anyway ti anwumre ya ba be di sa nkomo no But Ken Oforiata any OSP asem no. Openeje kuma da woro ma o say ukona nipakuo mienu kwa no bi som say na no no de na siye. Esi a Ken ne special prosecutor asem no. Eno so ezi etimi bisa say na no de na siye. Eno so me amenya lawyer na mete nchen asoma mbisa me ho an say na special prosecutor pa de mremu agro na wudie say me meti hey one friend me say bia yawo why say aboni we me hwehwe wunsem mu na emom bra na me no monkru na me mfa nko court emre bia ni wiase ba bia chechire me say me meboa na wakoye u case emre bia ni wiase ba bia yes bambo photo nza frame me ameko but enchire say enya force mbo say ubisa masema yese me yi ano. It is not my duty to help you to make your case. And as a lawyer for me boy among test me some boy. Me boy among kanje me some boy. And yet accused person in the juma. And he say obeboa wo now what they asem no call court no say corner friend say kokoye case. Dabi yenya ne sa baby ah. Enti wo dey also papa na se wunya na OSP court and then a lawyer for now so aka say and a technological way or wha nipa no ni jurisdiction hakra na of availing ho a obetimi ne na and Zoom ne Teams ne Google Meet ne we no mo aba nyina say dey ye projects man ye enti OSP me problem ni say so obi aye bone a che no so obi aye bone na say no court fa no court na esese yaji esika yesika on ho ampa yanyi esika nemom the fact say obi ususu say obi aye bon enkyere say nipa na yehudi ni ana so ye kromfo and they say atiase you go OSP all the cases that bibri akoko to lusu no atiase all the cases bibri akoko lusu enti no onya final authority e wo mrem onya Supreme Court why but some way very interesting. OSP ni Ken Oforiata me say ebeko Supreme Court of Ghana law report that's how don't can SGLR Supreme Court of Ghana law report ebekum sa case Oforiata and special prosecutor munwie na yem fansua de law students na de besua de na besua de na omo modern trends but case you mpese me di akire anam kokko be bia ebesie ebe the pass so anyway and then special prosecutor or a press conference no or the same bebre and a tudwa na and somehow the tudwa no press conference no ase Peace FM yamane bofo ko hobi na ehwetwa ne bi e de ase ani amamo Henry bof eso anamentie OSP or can say
we recall that by a letter dated 24 June 2025, Kenneth Oforiata, former Minister of Finance, was informed that the OSP had commenced investigation into suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses regarding cases in respect of which the OSP considered him a suspect. Further, he was directed to attend in person the OSP on 10 February 2025 for interviewing. Mr. Oforiata was out of the jurisdiction at the time. By a letter dated 31 January 2025, Mr. Oforiata informed the OSP through his lawyers that he was out of the jurisdiction indefinitely on medical grounds and that the firm will notify the office of his arrival in the country in aid of rescheduling his personal attendance at the OSP. Further, the lawyers offered its willingness to provide the OSP with any information we may require to aid in the investigation until his arrival in the country. Upon receipt of these representations from his lawyers, the OSP, by a letter dated 5 February 2025, informed Mr. Oforiata that the OSP did not need or required notification from his lawyers of his future arrival in the jurisdiction. OSP acknowledged his lawyer's offer to provide us with information in aid of the investigation However, the OSP insisted that his personal attendance at the OSP was required. The OSP directed Mr. Ofori-Atta to indicate by close of business on 10 February 2025 a reasonable date of his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. The OSP warned him that if he failed to do so, the OSP would take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP at our own choosing. Mr. Ofori-Atta failed to indicate a reasonable date of his return to the jurisdiction upon the expiry of the 10 February 2025 deadline, except to still persist in his expressed intent of remaining indefinitely outside the jurisdiction by the transmission of his lawyers of a purported and brusque medical letter on 10 February 2025, which only sought, in effect, to state that he may undergo a possible surgical intervention in March 2025. In the considered opinion of the OSP, that medical letter could not be held to be a disclosure of a reasonable date of Mr. Ofori-Atta's return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP, since it merely indicated that there may be a possible surgical intervention that may or may not occur in March. The letter, which was in no way a medical report, neither stated nor demonstrated that Mr. Ofori-Atta was a travel risk or that he was an invalid who needed around-the-clock intense medical attention to the point that traveling to the jurisdiction would endanger his life. Upon the expiry of the 10 February 2025 deadline, the special prosecutor publicly declared Mr. Ofori-Atta a wanted person and a fugitive from justice on February 2025, on the ground that his avowed posture of remaining indefinitely outside the jurisdiction without indicating a reasonable time of his return to the jurisdiction showed clearly that he had no intention of voluntarily returning to the jurisdiction. By a letter dated 17 February 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers transmitted to the special prosecutor a communication laced with vituperation and designed variously as a denigration of the OSP, a lecture on their suppositions as to the mandate of the OSP, a threat of legal action, a sort of homily as to how the OSP should conduct its affairs, an attack on the person of the special prosecutor, and a suggestion that the special prosecutor had embarked on a personal vendetta against Mr. Ofori-Atta without disclosing the alleged series of retaliatory, vengeful, or hostile acts the special prosecutor had directed at him, or alleged exchange of such acts between Mr. Ofori-Atta and the special prosecutor. Crucially, a 17 February 2025 letter from Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers failed to indicate a reasonable date of Mr. Ofori-Atta's return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. On this record, the OSP, by a letter dated 17 February 2025, reaffirmed and restated to Mr. Ofori-Atta that he remained a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. The OSP further stated that this tag would so remain until he indicated a reasonable time of his return to the jurisdiction, with the necessary and reasonable assurances of abiding by his indicated reasonable time, or until such time that the OSP enforce his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP, whichever came first. By a letter dated 18 February 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers communicated to the OSP that he was scheduled for a possible surgical intervention in the United States on 20 and 21 March 2025, and further that taking the date of the possible surgical intervention into account, he would require a recovery period of 6 to 8 weeks. On this basis, his lawyer stated that he should be able to return to the jurisdiction between 14 and 30 May 2025. On the same day, by a letter dated 18 February 2025, the OSP graciously acceded to Mr. Ofori-Atta's request to return voluntarily to the jurisdiction between 14 and 30 May 2025, as the office deemed the indicated recovery period reasonable in the circumstances. Consequently, The OSP removed Mr. Oforiata's name from the list of wanted persons pending his voluntary return to the jurisdiction based on his own indicated dates. Consequently, the OSP directed Mr. Oforiata to attend the OSP in person on Monday, 2 June 2025 at 13:30 GMT for interview, which is today. The OSP emphasized that if he failed to voluntarily return to the jurisdiction within his stated dates, and if he failed to attend the OSP on the rescheduled date of Monday, 2 June 2025 at 13:30 GMT, his name will be re-entered on the list of wanted persons, and the OSP will consider him a fugitive from justice, whereupon the office will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP at our own choosing.
Office of the Special Prosecutor. Na mehu flyer bi still on this OSP Kenneth Fata issue no. Mehu flyer bi. I just don't want to believe say OSP e kan sa asem no. So kan yan ke beye me nwanwa papa say lawyer ni pani pa say OSP e beye sa. I just don't want to believe say OSP e be kan sa da. Regardless of differences of opinion no me ni so be kan sa say papa no you can say OSP no OSP ni ye also okwa akoye operation and okoye operation no yare bi ama OSP e kan me pese me hwe flyer no na flyer no Joy News for and share say Kenneth Fata's lawyers informed me in a letter dated May 28 that a medical expert has diagnosed him with cancer with surgery scheduled for June 13. Kisi Jaben. OSP cancer way below the belt. Way below the. You don't do it. OSP, you don't do it anywhere. Nyene be bia we ase. Say lawyers na trokrata abrel aka cho se nipa no oyare. Say ugidi say wunyini it is material. But so be the letter abrel because we a investigative authority. Now we nipa na semu. O the full disclosure of nipa na yare a na suma sem. Aba ba betuga. Bra. Ado furiata oye den ko an. Kwa go usubana ene.
Nana ya okese de cardinal.
Meni amajo.
Nana mejoso abru.
Osan ba jimi so wa habium.
Obi a ye nua.
No be amenu no de o mencha no ameye me mejoso na anye den.
Ye nua.
Sa den dem se me mpekra o.
Ye nua. Ya na fon sorry o. Munti.
Ana ye me sa.
Nana?
Yes sir.
Want to me say he's eating on behalf of the masses. Nje ye munti. Eni ya chiri nje mun sorry.
Asiane say
mahu video bi a amza nwumre ya yi na amza chairman agina okra ye ne nankokomo wo so se cha. Ena atade e hye no asa jama ne branch brem atade emframan na mu chairman akoda mu ena me ensampe chairman atweama na atade ne emframan na mu ti se ayi oh governor pani hey yada yokufu ase se omo yi chairman amaye na we dia enka odamu biem kan ho anka me se ye nti asem papa hey otimi mie na no kura nkasa na mechi kofi buache meyese zena ni nyina ni me na me ye governor of Ashanti Pedro Mahama bakura ni security for me negotiate ansa na yama ne kwan ne ade aba nyina say na needless bravado anu mudwa anu ye ka che wuntu mi say onihwe chia adrubi anka dem chema koda isu sa ye no interrogation kakra osi akonya so anu abu ahwe ni amana so de no hospital ye be ko ye se hwe nya ni ensan fa ne mra sa taxes sa etinana enye me woma se ofuriata ene special prosecutor edi hide and seek ye nya kire omo pe almost me yare. And now no enche and a court. Professor Miya Kumfi. Bibi obeko court to be ours or yare. The judge be a lawyer say, na mo client de be a back court an lawyer. And they don't mean now what that crocra me and Casa Assembly to us.
Judge business asem no.
Judge no.
Judge ben.
The odi a yasam no. Professor Miya Kumfi.
Yes. Judge bit maka asem.
Judge de bisa e.
Menyini.
Nana, ye de court to be a or so.
Menyini say judge bia bit maka asem. Menyini da. No, on judge na kasa kra onka because as part of the training onim say nya ade so on kasa.
Empress on.
On timinka.
Empress.
Let me hear 1,000 times judge in timinka say emisa lawyer say na our client there there be I never happen. I
say oh fear on call hospital. You never call to an say oh.
I know you what me but then kasa.
There be a judge in a kasa no. Oh, now let me open for you.
Judge in kasa.
Judge ask. It's your failure prof call hospital be no. Na wafa wheelchair. If ni ka mu ni see wheelchair no ni ade ne call. Tactics ye chiro obi a was me yare na na to hospital instead of lawful custody no one o mi so that hospital dey obenya ne ho adwojo ebi ni de na wuntumi wuntumi nyare da krokra enana medical chia atiefo na anchia kese no akwama amampanyi mahama ani na bedi a chire se adwuma so a omudima oman Ghana nyame hyirawom ne adwempa a omo de omo se omo be ye oman yie de binum asɛ no eno no mbe siesie be ma research aba pede ma ha manye obi a o pesika de agunu boto nwakɔ enka wono nyame ahyira no obedi o mampanyi ni bida beto se de oman no kɔ a asɛ no akufu adro and brothers abɛsɛ oman no ɛwɔ sɛ obɛyɛ research no obɛgye oman no si o ansa na wakɔ na me wo awreshem say history ebe judge President Mahama kindly say ekosi say ne time beso mfie 9 obekɔ fie no ye de betoto osaje fo Kwame Nkrumah ho say modern day 4th republic Kwame Nkrumah aye John Dramani Mahama nyame nhira ye fru a ewo saa abranche no nana last month May na mental awareness month na
mental health
awareness month the whole of month I May no na chete mental health gaming commission ne mental health authority and operators of betting in casinos near the Cambo mu and my program for the month in conjunction with UPSA University and Accra Technical University.
And I'm raised Accra me amo hudawra mamo.
Oh, media. In fact, I'm not in charge of the media, but media bebre ecovi na commissioner Sisi Kwenu ni 2 deputies. Lawyer Pangane Alaji Bashiru. Omudi Juma Sonopa nti. Ya boma bas. Nana unim say mental health gaming addiction. Enipa ni bi ohwa omo ya addicted to gaming say even properties cry the jawo mo omo timi ton e de ye sa adwuma no ni nyina ye addiction. The commission is working towards to eradicate gaming addiction. Nti many corporate affairs for no be kasa na Peace FM ni despite media program bi e be no mo be cover me because mo platform no e big.
No sa no coverage no kwantimi mamo de mo pe no momra iska na enya advert mamo kasa
ye beba
mo pes camera na mo sponsor na emfa nya adwuma mamo
ye beba
enya coverage ambetu asole sole ndi fan board
commissioner ye de beto commission ni muti obetu ho anamo nje ba na ya kwese ye beto nsa afremo nana
samo bo hwela mu ntimi nya proposal na menya mfa mre mo
ye beba we ye miti ani keke ye beba why nyamiadum
the radiasi yo what you see there no Ken Oforiata special prosecutor chairman untumi yoku finally untumi ekofie mamenka se kwaku ousu banahene wane Alhaji Kamal Din Abdallah former Ghana buying but for tina no sin and name Saudi Arabia. Hey, I'm on for 3 more than you. Mine in Lagos no. Hey Patricia.
Na come on away.
Oba, come on, yam be through her.
Non krona abu obeba se kwa ba me se jama wo yo.
O my say de nyo.
O my me announce no. Me na me wa ha, me announce me wa ha.
It is only fair say obi abehu say e wo ne Kamadin
na wa ama.
Yes. Case wa my.
Okay. On case wa ama na me mo my.
Case wa ama.
But we need them ha. Di me so me ma chief wa chi say woni ha.
Enti na sese me body di say wo ne na eba. Ndi say wa ama e Kama na ama.
Ama.
Enye me na manfre MPP ni na Kama.
Kama.
That said, but I know bet me start.
Kama ama. Nana. 12 February. And a special prosecutor. A press conference. And Oka say, we declare Yewura Kenneth Fata former finance minister, former prime minister of President Kufuor's government. Say, or you fugitive. Na o evade accountability. It's ordinary to red alert. Say we are seeing na share papa yi. Nto bia momodin say e be hu ba bia owo. Special prosecutor kire bu say papa ni juma odi nyina kire say odwane from prosecution. Esan say oni na nya ekitahudie in the year 2024. Ocho letter command or pan or respond I was saying never tea me ya. Ade chen I say me call a Geneva. Ade sa wa me meet special prosecutor da. O tu kwana one class special prosecutor chief of staff no coach kran say me call America but wa bra special prosecutor actual letter inviting you. E the OSP say papa ni juma odi nyina che say odwane nto declare no wanted. Na Yewura Kenneth Fata March 15th. I don't mind lawyers Echirokoma OSP say. Opanacho P only in few wanted less fugitive no. Name more medical issues. It is a solve medical issues in we are. On one kasa ebeba on the 2nd of June. Now what be meet OSP. So Opanacho wa only in fee wanted listener. Eti OSP so etu one among if you wanted list. It is say we call OSP website here. Yewura Kenneth Fata only will be as a fugitive. OSP held him say 2nd June. Can be meeting. 27th of May. Na ne lawyers actual Abraham say onye den Kenneth Fata say ne ho mfa no biem enti no sesi ade oni date o de beba o na mmom se o sa ne ho yare na ne ho tɔno a obeba na before then na wama ne lawyers afale case ni wo court human rights court say almost training OSP from declaring him wanted na charges bia or the abon ye fan to nchen ko ise court no ebedi assembly the court no to say on the 18th of June and obeko assembly so nana OSP issue statement say Kenneth Fata ye ni mu hwehwemu eniema num a obeye finance minister ono OSP ni susu say Kenneth Fata dey nsa sha ase a anko yente was obey answer questions. Na the edi kan National Cathedral. $58 million. Ye sinking into National Cathedral. Amana donko at the center of Accra. Ya ntimi anto block bako. Na ye see a tuya $58 million. E di akofa bo free Israel. Abeto amnum say ye see National Cathedral. Na okwan a ye fa so e sika $58 million if you my sikam e de koye Kenneth Fata e mechire ye di kan no de to so mienu Ose SML Strategic Mobilization Limited. Kenneth Fata no almost sign contract bia. According to OSP no. Na emu onwunu kakra. San say contract ya woni SML for sign ye no. State agency ye GRA any NPA di adwuma no dada with their staff. Ni ekofa SML be bata ho. E na yetua sika $100 million. Ema o mafe. In fact, ye call Ghana sika mu a na yesi 1.4 billion Ghana cedis. Can you forget us? Yes, matua ma SML because omama yenya revenue 3 billion. Yenya 3 billion e was here 1.4 billion emom. E kan bia can you forget antie what years can am. Nti OSP say omra mahwem because we oil there no wanso ho e na osan de o ko gold. Say every kilo of gold wa amobehwe so am yenya revenue no betu $100. Nti gold contract so ono omo sanye. Nti bra KPMG hwe omo asem ni ade na omo mpanyi se gold de omo nya start ye nti omo hwem na se omo be review contract na omo review be oil de ye mo omo continue NPA kura de abeto abonten se enya de a oil no omo ye bibia nana if you are the toso miensa Ministry of Health assign contract ma President Kufuor no an ye from ba ekokra ambulance 307 eba kromu ha na OSP chese sika ye de two ambulance ne so no over $78 million. Any companies ya chichemu ye chichemu bako de ma omo se omo le win contract ni nyina belongs to one person. Ye wie ya nsi ho ye si asama no spare parts contract $35 million amfanka ho. Ye wie na ni nyina kosi $180 million. OSP say sa asemu yi Kenneth Fata e wo ho answers into omra na ontoto na no na onhwe de ewom na yetoso nan Kenneth Fata terminate contract bia eye ECG any Beijing technology no masan awmo ye adwuma na unim kromu ade agi ye nsika pa ye judgment debt yo ho ana government appointees o ma terminate contract clauses wo mu a ye se contract you terminate a wo betua sika sei na ama company no bo charge akoye bi o Ministry of Energy ye ko kan ye wo se nyon no a Emma Yakoboka wo English nansen ye de ye nsa yi company bi do mo nsa to ye properties all London so because of my winning arbitration against Ghana millions of pounds. OSP say Kenneth Fata termination of contract now.
But charge akoye den
oko terminate contract energy contract energy ministry
contract
ama ye odi ameba mi wi a maybe ama
na unye nya fax ni nyina na ode betudwa
na ya ukura wuni mi chemi eti ni bo charge akoko ye ya yetua over $100 million judgment debt here.
Ona wo kan teach.
Or say when the dust settle you come out with the truth no.
Minim.
Unim. Nana Jaisa.
Ade ne de o mi trim nyina wo.
IPP's contract here bo charge akoko twa mu yi. Omo de akọ arbitration akọ winning against Ghana. Yes see. Godfrey Dami the local champion. Okobia no akọ lose amanone no abetra. E local dia no win no. Asem we kromu awon tie. Bo charge akọ issue a statement. Say when the dust settles obeba abonti abeka asem no de wom. He was the Minister of Energy who terminated that contract.
Say to contractor minim say honorable charge akọ beka say when the dust settles obeka ho asem Ameri. But beyond Ameri, I'm not aware. Did I make catch it say? Ben I can company ben so that on also who year no or the aba.
Over friend
and that's what bonidin. Or also 1 year no or the baba.
Nana say kama ba no betra ha na ma hwehwe story no e the amount because sisi ya me flow ya wa ko family ma ko akiri. Ma mi wie na me wie na obi ba mu a na ma hwehwe asem ya ma dey me jai na ma ko
baby a ento aduru no ensa nru ho kire say wo kan
we nya asem a ye ntro Bwacheja can take me to court huh
he can take me to court
yes nya asem a ye ntro me ba be pulu ya story na ma why you say unimu a me pulu ya ma
I don't know person dey ade
unim na wa seda say wo be kata so. Oh, because my Bob Bwacheja could.
How can you speak like that?
Nana, unima someone making.
No, but in all fairness to me, how can you speak like that?
Debbie,
what would you? Who know what the was and buy? It's a mabisa say a company bank, a contract bank. And I won't mean come. And I'm saying, what would was and buy one guy, maybe a guy?
Ose, maybe.
Maybe say,
okay, so what time, maybe? Maybe, Baby puli sorry na ma say ah.
Sorry na unim dada but onyam puli.
So we say open specific. So I have to give you the specific.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Eti meba. Oh. Is it there? Technology nti. Company ni di GPGC Ghana Eti story no. Bwacheja say cabinet terminated GPGC power purchase agreement, not me. But he, the energy minister, or no nana signature what termination contract na say. You can read that story. GPGC. Bwacheja yes. And Trafigura judgment debt. Bwacheja must explain contract termination. Yes, 23 October 25th. That's the story. So you can take your time and read it to our listeners. GPGC contract. Bwacheja akuni chwemu. Ami akutuya judgment debt. Nana yao. Na mifi ambulance no. Special prosecutor say the cat to okra. Eye 5 case ya ohwemu e wo Kenneth Fata honko ano. Ye frɛ uko Ministry of Finance or more accounts we were friend tax refund account. Na sika wo mu a companies ombe tu tax ya boss no ya na mo be bisa for tax rebate no ne ade no ye komu eni akoche se sika ni bi eni ade aboa wom. For years obi a manim se wo matua tax ya bros nti aban refund ma me anai di Kenneth Fata kosa account ni mu a na wa yi sika ni bi na ode ye nia ope. Special prosecutor say questions to answer. Eti omra. Nana, now kase Adentina special prosecutor de Kenneth Fata eyare atuga. In fact, once you are a public officer, everything about you becomes public. Nana, and chair US President office you and say Joe Biden. In fact, you issue statement on him, his current health status. I say when ya cancer adidini dom pemuni ade nyina ye de ababa tuga or your former president. So by your public officer, everything about you becomes public. And your bonnet,
they are the vice president kwa bruchri.
Jose,
your vice president they are the kwa bruchri.
Oh, see how we issue statement from president is any home fan.
Na home fan.
Yes.
Almost na home fan dey.
Be Kenneth Fata. Tie me so be tie me. Kenneth Fata lawyers chose to give specifics. Say na ye no.
Mamenka asem njiro. Mamenka asem njiro.
Yes.
Kenneth Fata lawyers or man fail to give any specifics or say let no mo de bre na mo say papa na yare no. O man fa medical expert e bia anka.
Say for
but the letter
4 sentences no.
The letter stated say nipa no e yare. Enti na vice president dey making me kami misada. But all kinds of public official ubi bia ye public no. Tama vice president yare na no otu kwan no. Krate free abamu ba ye ne say maame no hododo no. Na hododo no ye de no kwayare sabe on kan ha. Ye de no kwa bruchiri amana
federal review.
And hadwene that is the standard practice because obi yare de chale ye fan to abontin. So na Kenneth Fata ye public official change vice president.
Oh nana. Kenneth Fata is under investigation. Vice President is not under investigation.
So you see that test will not suffice.
Na
tie and mamon ko.
Special prosecutor say.
Special
prosecutor say. Say wo yare a and chese untimi stand for prosecution unless you are incapacitated. No.
Are
unless you are incapacitated and you bet me aka say
na special prosecutor
special prosecutor woni mumra no onim de oka
okay
I don't think you are appointed as your special prosecutor. In fact, to be 15 years at the bar and ya de ketwa obetimi abaye special prosecutor. Etikisia jabi onim de oka, he's a lawyer. Criminal lawyer papa finest o hwe okromu a obenya no. And oka say Omampanyi, a former president, they invited him to question him. No Mampanyi Mahama, a copy special prosecutor. Now then, I can offer they say, and they say, or say, and they say, and all the area born was suffering. Senka Baumia, Dr. Baumia, we need election of our can offer say, oh, my finance minister Biemwa, and go back on Traman on his oil, Rizoma. If I saw them, I can offer was glaring. Say nane home fano nanim uhwe ne body ni nyina utum say nane home fano. Oye vetting for 3 days. Osi won see former finance minister. For 3 days o convert ye ya na break yes won kwade chen omra. Because nane home fano. On the 7 year. Now then you have less responsibility on your shoulder. Say when your finance minister biem. Brabeye beboy investigation and na me yare ochina me yes surgery ochina say. The special prosecutor say no. Mo say ya cancer ubetimi dia nante nkrofo wo cancer da bia omko treatment ni ade omko about their normal duty unya cancer en chese wo da ho ana ubewu nkrofo survive cancer 20 years 30 years no mo ho ejivia ken ofuri ataka na e wose ye nyina de oye na e wose ye de ya no tum kase ene ma oye na nye na utirimu fanya obosun ku ne wokum so onim say why we do adwuma share won sana oye de ya nko adwane akotrama no ne adwane akotrama no ne in fact UGMC yare cancer no ne ade nyina kidney transplant ne ade nyina mo yebi can't you go there no ti January okoye enemeba ochina o say o yare ti uma afedie oso okoye another surgery enti chese onim da obeba emra yiwa o na be diteti ama o man say minim da meba na me ho tomi ameba afedie de oka kra na say yenye virtual investigation yemfa camera nsi nanim na OSP bisa na asemo a na de open wa ka kire no say ono ntro Kenneth Fata kuntunkrunku super ya fori ye man special treatment
super fori say we free more
minim
we sika ya brandie o ya ebuju o sa ju me anem de pa wa wo ye ni wa e popular da bi sa de sika ya brandie
super no a shine white now a two chain kakra gold chain than come
we pa boni ni pa na ire
no
we pa boni ni pa o yo ko hwa chire no ani agi
se won chain no abia na obeba be yi wanu na ho son ne asikofie na o me yi asemo wanu a criminal ayi de en popada o eda ho afebo enti o me yi wanu a asem ne gusu ho ebia na obeba yi jasiko du anyimre mi ke o so mo competent lawyers ti case bia ndc for pa am fan court they will face them enti bia na you have assembled the best lawyers now they are court na asem yi nyina no o ho asan na wuti ofie na sebe kakra unya to won na wudi na wakotra ma no ne enra pictures bi a me hu online yese wuti restaurant didi wo ho ozo yare obi o yare kotra restaurant didi enti nana yewura Kenneth Fata wa ye na adwen se omba enti special prosecutor edina santo wanted list eye fugitive na minim na eti a special prosecutor one for bounty antone so se obi anka obehunu no na nka sei ene de be masa onipa no me sure se nka animanim ya nka ye benya Kenneth Fata na ba ko esan ya me wanwa se special prosecutor an name countries bia osusu se ehona Ken is hiding na obia or state resources to do investigation besi en na che onim kura Kenneth Fata was so dia na ne na special prosecutor aka o kakra
obi a wo so competent lawyer 15 one I
And
can't
you're
make
not
a
America. Mr. Special Prosecutor, the organization Special Prosecutor in America.
The organization is not special prosecutor.
Office of a Special
Prosecutor.
Prosecutor.
OSP. Organization is the office. Now special prosecutor no only Kizia Jabeno. Obi I will say 15 years at the
Yes. I'm talking about his experience in law.
And
not his experience in investigation.
Wow, back on no
say it too.
Wow, back on no
law and investigation. And so see the man. It is a woman. Baby, Oforiata what the enemy made Diom who yaw papa.
Obi a wo na baso ha se sia no.
Emrada na me bo na baso.
Wo mra na baso. Se mra na yeden.
Me say ni mra nim no as a criminal a lawyer no. Kisi ajaben. Omo a lawyer se me can the one of the finest.
Lawyers ben.
Lawyers say wo krum a.
O ba me so me nti bi da. Lawyers no bi so say on adwuma so ani kra.
Nana your time no time. We law school criticizing say wonim hwe. Those people who couldn't finish law school, they are criticizing say wonim hwe.
Say why mo? Me.
Yo, so we on call law school and a man kaze one way. Omo akwa man ti man wie o. Paper, twerɛ na wie, na get certificate o man ti man wie. Omo criticizing no. Now no check criminal law at the highest level. No practice criminal law. No man panya hwe lawyer say wo kroma nyina no say a branch na me fa so my special prosecutor it say bibi onu
you are obi to church medicine mu church mu niam bibi
send news ya nana egrofo read books wa normally church niam mu Miami kromu ehene Miami kromu hene ohene ba entimbarima onko medical school da onko herbal school da books no kind na wabie health awareness no sancrophos yare so just say o church niamam radios wa kan na wahu no wasua na wahu so just say onko abrochi anka ya friend na man professor
welcome to health
so just say o abrochi anka ya friend na man professor ene ba ku bia na mechi yesi kra de ma no de o ma yen se so mo nyima no makoye infusion ye wo mo panie ya sene obewo na ne ba no so I have cash o se den say eniema e ba wiase no nana o de yemfa medical side neto ejikisi ya ben office of special prosecutor chere ye say ken on hide wo London or US ana wo Cayman Island baby a om this kan go no ana wo ha nana special prosecutor e was so to me who say Kenneth Fata also wo America e ho no so okoye surgery na on fa bounty yenye den ento no so na yen ko kire ne mra so because onipa no wa ka say wo hu say nya dia o de ne pebeba just say ye force no no aba let's go and arrest him inche eye manije pi na eye Ghana for anije say o se one Interpol eye collaboration na babia finance minister e wo bia no ye de naba na mebwa enipa bebre ene eko president Kufuor aban mu nipa kakra bi ene investigate yom e chese wo aye investigate you have questions to answer anya mu nyina nipa bebre akofi eje ma home so what say it investigation e baba ko ene you can ofuriata na wo so me de mi mu ni comfort se ojiri se wo ye na djuma kroje se na djuma hote bibia anim omra meyi na no na won san kotoa na yare hweso me de besi ho nana biko yoko
yoko ni chama untumi
ai se eye police ID invite chama untumi wama
it's not true
bien true
CID for a friend no wama obakra Dabi first time I'm de let and come
see mama building me point
and share as na so was wrong notion so
mama building me point
and your point build it
CID friend no wama ene man national security call was come ko arrest the naba
no cresa
eti no ena ne lawyer say troba CID say ni honfa no eti da say eye ejoda o say e brother oba be den oba be hia hom eti first thing you invite na wanko ene na mo was come ko arrest no
na say CID invite obi na so ama national security na ko che no
Oh, say they are all security agencies. They do collaboration.
Ayo.
Aha. So as I say, it's your call here, your call fan. The Honor now or Tia Muse. Was it? It's your Honor or Shamon. What you are Sham Passia or Shamon say? Ghana phone sorry. MPP phone sorry on your munti. And yeah, Tatano. Nana, now come be say, and this is for Nankayachi Ubia and come up about on him. One say a chairman won't to me no. Ni regional executive scrum more Ashanti region. One so nipa ba kokra bank and over be no. A chere asset na on your motivo region. In fact, I've seen press conference on no any members. Ebubo road contract e dia man awanye. Ama nunti nipa be regional so here dey eto abati a he is the governor of Ashanti. Will take a unilateral decision. Every contract must go to you to me. It's your boss CID. And a CID say, yeah, show our galamsey mu. Galamsey semu. Teacher, my wound to me Monday, you know, ever catch us on beside the lines on the line side. I'm a CID. And a CID say, they call or channel bribe bet was. It is CID, I am interrogation we, and I'm discharging. And I yoko say, no. Yenso akwaji court order to arrest you. Also questions to answer. Ewo yoko. Enunti eye ebrada no yoko e de ne koye. Na Deputy Attorney General Justice Rem Sai. Obekire nie nti a ye chi wuntu bi because na ye bebre no adwe say galamsey no asia de ne ka no. Enunti ni akwachi wuntu mi. But a different issue. Some say ye investigate wuntu mi for fraud. Frakadam. Fraud. Nana fraud ni twi ni say.
Also,
Me bisa see e din komo. You see investigating for fraud.
Dream.
Aha. And a money laundering. And also say there. Nana, money laundering. Say obi be ye sika say a game of chess. Ye scanner ya shahani ya fasika ya fakoti kwa biso dandan scanner ya washing the money. Money laundering. And they are tosomi and sakra causing financial loss to the state. Nema mi ensa we tira yoko efano. Nana, unim say Ezen Bank at the statement about bontin say wun to me abeje bosia $10 million say or the could do bro. Koye farm. Mechanized farming. $10 million. Koye bro betem when you are. But yes, can so adane boachi bidin ya twen na no. Ojimi emba. Ena nyame nchaade. Na ban lose power. And na de I was a Ghana for a de nyame as say NPP aban lose power. And asa na ema we nyina esi. So that's any and in the position. Now I cover aban sika. Ono ade odi koye na onfanye. Betua so si mintua because me a chairman. Me a governor of Ashanti. Me na mitimi yi gold a good table so show am an sign. And the gold board aba. Ya wonyi sa gold ni bi oba be chenaje. So nana it is oji a chire na wonti ase a na wo blemu yoko ana national security. Nana ya okese. MPP for say di omo aye ne say ye chi obi a omo security agencies enye omo adwuma. Apostles of rule of law and democracy. Etina micro minority. Omo ama anantifi parliament ya court transform ewo yoko. Hwe time was say omo di adwuma o parliament no. Ya chiri won to me di wakotran e form o yoko. O transform no na amani bail na. Ya see memamro na memro adwane. Ya money bail 50 million cedis with 2 sureties. Why na the document beba? Ni ebeyi won't me. In fact, Dr. Baumia say wa arrange bi dia ba. You see Dr. Baumia the other document ba kokora ni ho. Eti yoko anti mi anye. China de omuli tutu gwa Dr. Baumia arrange bail or arrange bail. and property on the by document ni baako ho.
Work as a statement of fact.
We say
Work as statement of fact.
oh yes, that's someone about abonten.
You go for the cancer actually.
We say
you go for the cancer actually.
oh, na the Dr. Baumia dey na go through.
Me nimara entina maybe say
yes, because ono na dey ba abonten first say oh yeah arrangement.
Okay.
And I'm say
eno meti ase but me person o claim me an say dey wo kan
na document wo ho anko je.
Aha. The wadwen ye wo enko. And I'm say dey wo kan the yoko fo aka ana dey wo wadwen ye wo.
The yoko e dey ba abonten say ono abo Kennedy Japan so the documents here dey e baae. The omo hwe mu no e wo lists ni ade a ye ntimi mfama any bail. Nti no so ye dey to nchen. Ono abo bra champion dey any penny go through. It's a net ye bo bra champion din ni ade yi nyina ye property otimi provide ya dey ama wontumi bail. Na wo krom ha na nkrofo dey ahoden afa nkrofo asase na o masi dan ukọ cantonment ni joru ni ade ye bubu nkrofo dan fa no sa omuni krata ido achena dan ni si ho fa krata bra be ye bibia they don't have krata eno na cause wo krom ha Dr. Baumia properties on the by krata ni ho Kennedy Japan krata ni ho bra champion dey according to the lawyer no anything here then e provide the properties here then documents wo ho ati mama would to me bill. Now essential for club is Brian Champos Rock City document also WWE. Young Coco Wakra happy. You mema. Inana wound to me RSC MPP for the aye politics. There are people who are only executive one person who call election. Let's see our face in camera. You show our face. Now you see any fighting my wound to me. Send your man for no better than ye kwasi ye kwa pe ababie mo amobeto amaye. Enti one after the other. We ba no abe show. Hey, ena ye be ye say. Ena ye be ye say ye be kunipa ye be ye say. We ba no abe yomuko fie koda ade cha na o basa. Dr. Baumia ye say okosra wound to me. Na Dr. Baumia koya enipa san ko bodompi mo ho enuti amana hu wound to me. I mean, nra ena ni aid baako e de betu dwasa fe de Dr. Baumia tumi akohu wontumi na emra no ye nyina ma ye mfa nhye ye nsam ene say ye chi obi because attorney general say investigation ma build docket bebre in arrest ne de e be koso e be call NSS ghost names nipa bi de disika okromu ane ade NSS e wo ho eno so enche e ho asem beba ena ose ayi mathematical set Ministry of Education da ya eno so ho investigation emse we build docket it investigation ni de bebre beba ijampi before mu adwuma ye se e be chi obi ya na mo be den mo be ko akobo dompem de ya na mu adwuma ye na me bisa wo a wo ye full soja se MPP ba ye adwuma kro ma obi anye mfie nwotwe manfo anya ska tam wontumi awuko due sabi wakofa ohenere ye de wokwa himfie akobo okwa anu asa ebu pa hwe ka wode call CID ye se friend say nana ya wona nim ka mu convert you say de yin
na anya bia ade eye boni se obi be toka obi be daka
obi a ye investigate you for fraud. Now we mark credence to the fraud na ye investigate you no
say untumi bra wa bo untumi ntoka convertible untumi nto
enye ayi convertible mo se ka no nye ayi
o na yin say o ti ase say the fact say obi si osusu say wa ye nkire say wa ye o unim sa
and they no kre
enti no the way I see count some ase there because obi so ohwe na asem munti no chenchena untumi aye ne ade
na I was also so awie na metie lawyer Gary ni mako afi dia chawpa no mo pa o say emra no on the side of Yoko but omo pa chaw now they are begging
but say oka say emra on the side of Yoko enti abon bia no nkire say admission say untumi aye bone
enti na de no amanfo ye wa kire say
there are two things and enye ho na meka de meka kire woni say the fact say yes here hwehwe say bra be yinsem bia no doesn't make you a criminal oti ho na say
enti Exim Bank
no oti ho na say
Exim Bank statement dom there buy na
I'm not going in there. What I'm saying is your statement I will can say untumi the convertible and the call CID enti enye na make kire say the fact say yes bra be yinsem no nkire say we ye kromfo oti ase esa
And correct.
Okay. And one number penalties. And one number
already.
The academy knew what.
Already, what you see, I say, national security, I could cars being so wound to me fear. About 6 cars. What's your answer?
And no matter. But the facts who say national security for we have a member who say, Omnium Omuye baby or Omuniano wrong.
Okay.
Because you ha main chirawa chirikra Omare Wadi. Main chirawa chiria or Mare Wadi. Now you are buying by more by Oman Kofana cars. Oman Kofana car being Bruno. Away Oman Savana Young Comano. Lord come cars or
Mare Wadi means all ton cars. Or your car dealer now.
Oman Kofana car. Omo find the car here. As I almost Tom Nadia command. Lord come cars or Moko fire away. Oman Fanadia and Commano.
Minim.
And there no yaga the facts that car.
Nana Olu say cars ni be brave will chrome wa.
Young cause details. So
FBI normally at the report to say stolen cars.
Wrapping up now young messages.
It is a national security is to say o car a stolen car near track wa. Omo ho kwan so mbefa. Omo investigation. Na say yes sir. Ye de be ma. Ultimate stop security say omo omo
never men can sir but the mechanic say
yeah
so who can say I try say ehwe ni kam ni ade the fact say ehwe o kam and the fact say national security akofa o car doesn't mean say car no when yan legitimately. That's all I'm establishing.
You are right. It investigation be chere say onyan legitimately
na investigation we ni ese car no enye wamfa kwampa na debi onte de meka no we investigation we na say car no nipa no kwan over azunya enya kwan papa yaje na mra bi ohwa ne yade na fa so. That is what I'm saying. Ba ye ha no ye ha ne osuman bi we ho attorney general so Dominica ni oyebi me ngonwa pa say ye wo penchant say ye bebu nkofo for abra ye mfa omu ngina mra ni
na attorney general press conference oyebi na obu obi akomfo debi or carry the nation along. Or chain or yanamo otu. But
I hear the okay record to who?
Unim.
Deputy the okay record to
one of MPP's lawyers obey attorney general. Eye equal to. Ni equal to. Or can be. Or see ni mistake or ye so obey attorney general. Now only media and kasa. It's the case you know your court na media is not aware. Now Dominic Ayine up to sunshine onto the work of attorney general. Or carry the nation along by briefiness. Okay. America no money adia. UK no yes anom ye no. Bibia they give us briefing. Stages adia na dru ne anama omutu ne adia nya. They give us. And no na Dominic ani yine. Law professor. Or the aba krom ho a o chechre eniemam ama o manfo aya.
Ate, mama come answer that ho
bra. Kumfo.
Mama come answer that ho emra. Na
Masa Friday your holiday o.
Answer that.
You baby nam. Inshallah, you baby. My papa bound me nam.
Man said that.
The cardinal.
That is say.
Nana, nyami adom. Nana nyami adom. Ibia boko. Adwenchira begum.
O say.
Adwenchira begum.
Amaba man for adwenchira na papa.
Aman for adwenchira papa.
We maybe so sala no ho asem.
Nana mpacho yo. Adwenchira mo di aba Facebook no so. Ena me di etwa so. We se na ya kese anwumre yi. Michao papa o se owura Kenneth Fata sebi emane nwene sebi mpedua se onimnya sa che Ghana fo nyina o se abofo onim dwane so onim tete obetima ye no pebia na so otwene mutan emra be kire na emra eno no adisa ne yese na efata esan se obu mra emra ne udi owura Kofi tete e wo South Africa and what the ebetumo nana kwamo aboatena blekuma central say good evening the cardinal wonu obedwa for no apam for say first of all no nchian komo manyan for Charles Watin oti deputy greater Accra regional secretary hopeful for NPP or say OSP wasaka no biemu was say empty threat and I say wo issue or the Ghana for adwen e dey free chama wuntumi case ne so was say anyway nchian komo commander prince or being greater Accra regional organizer NPP or say still maintain na kwamo aboaten wo dia betumo no akisi mi se hwebekwai was say nchiankoma master JE wo se hwebekwai o se chama wuntumi ne na busuafo ko hwe fie omutimuo eni AC papa bi omochele manhyem korate pa no omutimuo na so amanse waba wakwakwa gina wieko for office na wotietem manene asi anso abra na chama wuntumi o TV so na wadi gold yotutu TV so se wo sika chen Ghana fo nyina no wo ajakusi ba yamfre wo enti ene wo ajakusi pa o so bekwakwa gina wieko for aka tietem a onya asem a wo nko a wo befa akisi mi se hwebekwai ne dia ono so de betu mu eno no Masawood Okumase Bantama was in the office of the special prosecutor warrior no sebi yenya hu fa so obi afiri se OSP atana akrampo ba ne Ghana yenya wo so won chia no ma bompo mfa no ko gina mra no me yemfa ne ntumu eno an se de bia OSP sa was in the oye de me de me hu ni se opese wo ya na ND saban hu ni se wo ya adwuma na wo koso na na adwuma o tena so na so send sitie bia no President John Dramani Mahama de bi beso a OSP ye beji na adwuma e de afiri ni sem chama wo de no ho kwakwa pia wo se yenchia enko emfa ema kaduna nwumre mi chia papa was in fact ora kiseja abe me de mahuni se wonye serious kra na obetima akọ court na ora Kenneth Fata o ha oni ha no mu yetima bu na 10 se bia sida ma me edinam temakulo oni Ghana ha se na so yebu wanukum yebu na 10 enti ade ntina ora kiseja abe onfa ora Kenneth Fata nko je mu court na ne wodi tia ne bia no court nhwe na won ka asem no William Kwajo Adu ewo gbawe top base and one so Eddie Betum, commence a plateau of Becomania constituency, or say this two shall pass, or see NPP 4, Monkaka Muhumbo Mwate, na Montacha Mawun to Mieti, na Kukurudu, Ebeye, special greetings Thomas or Henaba watching next UK NPP organizer, or Madame 4 Prince, or being Greater Accra regional organizer, or still maintain commence and plateau, Udi Martin Jan, Ewe Joso Domiabra, or Semedia, Neakos or the Mentasio Cra, as a Kiseja being Washada, episode Kenneth Fata, who know Nansa, Ukrumhanamo. Bra nim so panyine ne ho mfa no ne bra nim fo so aka kire krambo se ne ho mfa no enti ade enti na wonto oboma ne kakra o si ne maame ante akua agenkwa o wo esanse bontefuo enchia enko emfa ma wo erekwaku buadi patriotic voice wo bechim was the President John Dramani Mahama eni ND samonyuko no omomo omani mre na bo sho mo she Ghana for mo nkoso na omondi so ema Ghana for se dollar na aba for mo na so enya nsunye e wonkofu botom enti was the President say no so no wodi ho adwuma fama Ghana for ne boy she wode share Ghana for Dr. Baumia adwenkese John Boadu obatampa hawa kumsen ofa K NPP UK chairman any Reverend John Tim Fojo wo se munchia enie fantastic web force wo sehwi asanwene so wo se chama wuntumi wa bra na chese odwudwa nanum e wo kurum hanom se wo sika e che obia wo kurum hanom no sa bra no atwam ene se wo so wo sika wo ma ne hu bill ne yehwe wo se 2012 se wayomi 54 million cedis bill onyaye entade na chama wuntumi wo sika chen Ghana fo nyina no wuntumi nya bill mfa ma ho wo se we eye disuade pa de ma ho na we ni dia dance se ampa wo ye be ma na se bi ntontom si wo be ma o ntohwe ho a ye mbomutu wo be hu kwa be fa so a wo be pam ntontom ne dia firi ho enti chama wuntumi ni ato no Ghana nyina no yemfa nsua ade ewo ho na fantastic positive change Madina wonso die nie wo se ye okrum ha ya na ye nyane ntese President John Dramani Mahama wontimi ma ne ma fom da ntima Ghana fon to aba no ma no Ghana fo nya ne bugidie to aba de ma no ene enuane bo aba fom fango bo aba fom asintuade abo aba fom dollar krompo aba fom ma chese sidi no ahode ba mo sia no nom die nyina no aba fom aban papa eda ba wo se President ko so na bo adwuma e fom Ghana fo Amisco Spelele Kaso Republic AK Dr. Baumia beba 2028 wo se good news say chama wuntumi yenya ntie say yeja no na media nkamesere wieku fo so mo ahodin bia Dr. Sansa Dali on yenkwoche no Sansa wa civil president akonya appointment na nipa wo ne na mo yenche no na namba cho say
Dr. Anderson
Sansa Dali
ni say miensa o
miensa miensa
Dali ana yesa
na namba cho say
asa me kaso the answers Dali oh send ya osibon din na me de pa o na no send bro for de
and the show na orano TV station
so how it answers
there are musical spelling si we go for one hodi a doctor na was here kwache no na enye chaba wuntumi na doctor no disibu o mampanyini pa awa kumsin oba tampa odmanyamfo o se enchan koma wo your incoming NPP National Women's Organizer Amisco Spelele Kaso Republic ne de eno no ankoma first of all say bia chimansa chimbieni onso dia de betumu eno no wo so sre Ghana fu nyina say yemfa chitapa emwase ne be na wo my Ghana na yetim no ebe fa ne ntuma pa e de afrase Ghana ne di ya amanyoko ebeye amanyoko bibeye yemene won so no yebeye nti Ghana no eni hia kane wo se ne maame eda fom na me adomo a ukoda ene ye ne maame 1 week ewo Achima Yiribi Social Center ankoma Foster nyankopon chechero ore na wonka woni abusua ho kadna abrafo bia ni o Kenneth Fata oye wanted man na wo say wo chebra na wo som no wo say Ghana economy o ana wo ure Kenneth Fata ne refi wo say wo ma Ghana 40 se bi ebi hwan ye papa wa bra na wo no wani agye na wo jojo ho na wo ji wani enti se ne abanse saba na aban na wo bana huni se wa ye mfumso a enye dwane bi anie bra na ebe yi ho ano se ogidi se wonya mfumso bi a wo se eye simple na wo be yi ho ano so na se wo yi ho ano na anyi a ene na kyese be bi aba no eda no ye dia poliu na wo hunu se emra e wo kurum ha abrafo bi a ne de ono so de betu mu eno no ama Florence Akismi wife ono no de nie wo se wo hu se ne Ghana na ekọ no mani age papa chama wuntumi out Kenneth Fata in se no fofora saba wo se Kenneth Fata se wo so yare ya azan me de me hunu se wo pese wo za Ghana fo wo se bia wo bia no me de msusu se man tapo nkofa wo mra ye fo mbe gina mra no oti asio wawu na ye ndi wasem na Ghana fo hunu se unya dibire bia enye sikadie na Ghana no nya agoro na yedi okurum ha no mo Akismi ama Florence Akismi wife wo dia wo de betu mu eno no nana yawo ese ocha papa na wose politics na ye wo Ghana ha se no very 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 interesting na for some reason into no kuntun kunuku medical history no epiem wonte so a enye mfumso bia wose ohwe aman bia atumpon kronpo se hu kokko hia o yare na se hu hia o medical records no ye mani pie na wiase nyina hu ne se ampa se ni nti ena bia wuntimi ma ana se utu ana mo wi enye ye enti so openye medical records epiem wonte so onde wo hu ne se eye mfumso bia na wafum so dia wo se mra ene ni di se ne se na efata Daniel Ochre Ga East Hospital odi a de betu mu eno no na akase anyimire me cha papa na wasu owura na hene me de mente ba na hene se wase President John Dramani Mahama Ghana fo yema ne hunu se o critical problem ama ND Samonyoku a o chene bi no ebe ha wo mo na OSP nso so de wase disaster pa na wo ko so o man Ghana mu Patrick Edifra Salaja eno de betu mu Master Planner Junior ni Kentampo no manyamfo kwaku so ba na hene wase ka hunu se ensema wo kanyina no say o twagu social media so enti say a video evidence any audio evidence na da ho wo kire bi na ba sesa ba ebi so edi mu a mensu wo ho wo say owura ba na hini bi sa say fraud ya kan twi sen wo say wonu de wo te ho no wasere sa na emu me bre bi so be ba ye be bo sa audio na kire wo say ndi so no be power forever wo say Ghana fu tie Ghana fon so hwe Haji Asafia Mohammed incoming MPP National Women's Organizer wo say enchia enko enfama na ne akese nyimire mi cha papa wo say bana hene nya waka na me de mentiasi o was it 50 million ye di ba be bank NDC dabi nye serious won't 50 million bank we dabi we nye en message facha me ene de no se na ya okese kache bana hene say Medina Roman that if they want to use a bench warrant to arrest someone, they should go and arrest Jefa Gomashi first. They are already betu mo no. Okay, some person dey bench warrant echi obi a anyway onumanyam for Jefa no mo nkwche ne kane. Won so dey no why den. Na ne akase anyimire me cha papa Kofi Boati ni ugomwa ojobi na woseme de mesre pa se omunya se omotete MPP fo no Ghana hana ye wo no galamse fo krampo no ye ntimi nto omusu sanwie ye galamse ku na de ye nimu enese o kina se hye wa ho adi bi anka me de misusu se galamse no na nka yemfo ya adwen koso de emu menye obi a wasoma wi otene ba bi na kyese ye bekwa kwa ha o madwen o so no menyafo aida joasi edu MP ayensu ya no enchia enkonfirm papa na adwuma de ubo bi papa na ye ni so ye ni je ho edase Kofi Blackie ono so ne de odi ebetu mu eno no na ne akese anyumire mi cha papa wose mo owura kwaku so ba na hene wo hu ne se eyi sene bodua na nka na tweto no enka konfoni se maba sesa ne de se ne city ba ne beba na emu ma aba sesa ne ba omo hwe sene ene omo ye no ebi kodi omo a omo nso omo nko na omo nkonkosu esanse aba na ye de botechi no ye de bobo ba Steven Edifris hum eno odi ebetu mu we say Kwaku bu odi patriotic voice bechem President John Dramani Mahama ene ND Samonyoku no se omoka so mo de 24 economy beba 24 economy ni mai afio so mo ba mo pampa manfo edi adanse se o madada Ghana fo eno ntini se president ewo be bepa be de ma Ghana fo 24 economy no ka so de beba no won famira na Ghana fo hunu se ampa oka anase wo sia oyo wo se 5 months complaints no adults 5 months po ba yi obi e complain ye hu bibia o ye enti wo me adwuma na Ghana fo hwe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia adwenkese Jombodu we make kaise makenka ba ko dada o se me papa chopa na ya kese ye frame JB mu wonsa wom nia owura bana hene kanyina na o me pa che wo tape no ene aya make sure se wo be CV ni ye pa se na ebe ya wo chene bi no abanse saba sa tape ya obesan aka yen na ono so ne dia ode betu mu tiawa commensa plateau do be ko benya SMS no so makenkan na kwa mo aboaten Eric makenkan mu nyina mo dia positive change madina won so sa da ba SMS no makenkan misko spelele wo da ba SMS no so makenkan ba ko WhatsApp no so dada we say bana hene nyabotre kakra but wo no wan fa wodi amba SMS no so na ode ɛbɛtu mu na makenkan yi we se nana ya okese anwumire me chia yɛfrɛ me Isaac Asiana me watakra de nana woyɛ adwuma pa Nyankopɔn wo nhyira wo greetings to JDM and wɔde no so ɛbɛtu mu na we se nana ya okese anwumire me chia yɛfrɛ me wawo me watamale na nana ubadwuma Nyankopɔn wo nhyira wo no so ne dia wɔde fa SMS ne so ɛde betu mu ɛno no ti WhatsApp phone ne dia no makenkan SMS phone nyina so mabɔ me homaden matemu nyina no ɛde afiri hɔ
medase mansarat medase papa bana ene me time aso esese me call the next 5 minutes na me call
story na me catch on 134 minutes
nyabotre mimbie menyambie mesi menyambie ontinya abotre esi wasan afa me 1 minute kra wama aka sima 9 aka sima 9 na nkwa waye over 1 hour yeah that reminds me sesi na menya enkra free Kamadin Abdallah ho was emergency bi eba na wa kire emergency no so a kire nya de a metimi de atodwa amano akoyi ayeye sa na senti ose we di operative for chew yemfa no bon nche no na enye no boapayo ebra o konsona wo low battery ewi na ne phone no susu adum nti we di yemfa no phone so nche no ti ate ye de ache no ya te na se bana ina mama 2 minutes
udwane asa nana
2 minutes
me say sadat messages amanfo ankasa di adanse say aban papa aba say petrol kofom and the petrol do 12 cedis per liter dollar we cry about 9 point something and transportation cost why then aba from food prices aba from em say bela kwafo omo then omo issue public statements some products nyina omo atete so nana ne nyina ya gradual process ya enema then ye na President Mahama over the weekend my speech wo bon honum baby ena wo kase sa niema asi nyina no eye gold board edimu atentire ena san ye ka no edimu titi man pa na ma yesi kasem no agina last time me ba ha me kase for 3 months from January to April na ya raking in $2.7 billion as ikai wo okromu ha na emise moji mechi ye ne omampanyi Mahama kasa to nanum tu e the same figure abeto abonten ejinana ye be bo me bo sami jemfi abaso sise ye pa odi gold board ADA says say ye be harness all gold ye be to true gold board say ne cocoa board uni hu kwan se wa be koton cocoa amono ne cocoa board be to ni nyina na wakoton no de scanaba sa na gold board concept na tie nje ne dollar o hwe bia e bi wo ho Bank of Ghana ho kwa atwea enti na ne bo no efom ba na e ba sanse ye koton amano ne a ye san de scanaba cocoa board koton a de scanaba ye fan kosi a wo ba oba bi nkoye sa financial engineering ne ho anwa no enti na e wo se ye bo omampanyi Mahama ene na ban abaso nhye ye pa omde agu akwan mu a ema amanfo kon mu ye den high wom ni nyina ya research agenda or promise yourself say me babie mu a we ni ade a me be ya boa omanfo em say so far ode osi ayoyo na ebi no kura ka say oh say omampanyi Mahama be koso say ya ade ne o si ya nwele Ghana man kura akufu adoti wa na jikwakum say how not to be a president it was otigonos this animal we nyina na possible na mantimi anyei ene na mama bobra e wo man so say President Akufo-Addo ne baomia enhihye bia o mo be ye ne yenhihye a na ebo o mo ankasa kotokuom than oman no every economic decision they took was to help them and not the country. You see ano the reverse is the case. Omampanyi Mahama say ketua be ko ni botom no be di ye die Ghana fo nyina di ya ope eti no otutu niema papapa na ohwe appointment so odi ama mabru ni odi appointment na mom emri bi ba ni o ministers bi o ha obako no yese o ma faduro ma da awia waye mre ogusu ye minister onko fie so menko ene wo mranchi a omo ahoden they have the edge to succeed as an some man succeed a oman ye no mu nyina na betram di some succeed so a no mu nchiri ma omo ma ne ade nyina wo come and enjoy to hwe ye wura fere so fosu kwache Bitrisana Basentale Sami Jemfi ato forcing the prime minister himself. And I saw him so your finance minister, you oversee every ministry. So you can't say on the prime minister. Enti ato forcing hye ya wo hye. And then so abayi o. So abayi papa menne Ghana ho high no. Su say se koso so a trend no ekoso a afi nko na wie no. Na che ye hu enema bebre a oman ebe fa ne ntuma pafra. Enti ye bo mampanyi Mahama Baso se onkoso saa. Tikasi a odaso daipa na owi adwe a ohun se oman Ghana e was all research all the buyer. The research Ghana po nyina ebo na Baso. Ye danase. Ye man
Menso so medase kwaku usubana hene medase Patricia Sefa Fisher medase man Sadat Henry Kwasiminka ena Konongu Jack Chine Cardinal wa block me Sadat so what is that on da
Nana Derby.
oh editor wa block me on da
Nana Derby.
oh Konongu Jack Chine oh za
Nana Derby I mean.
I bisa Henry obaka achiro
I bisa Henry.
Here bisa Henry tu share out to friend Konongu Jack Chine and as editor wa block me
Eti wutumi ene obeda kroma na obeko Kumasi.
ba jose
Wutumi obeda ha na obeko Kumasi.
ade
Oh, say weekend yi wa nya fufu ani tabi jama. Obeko akodi fie fufu. There's no hunger strike.
Some na me inside hobby.
Honorable anodom prebe ka say oh.
Me na interview ha no ka.
O say oni digi ayi na sa.
Aye.
Tabi jama no ka una chema akoto dwomu nyina wo so.
But untumi na me hu na nwumre. Na enye.
Enye.
Say eye pa current video na me hu na.
Eye current.
Untumi handle some mfa no hospital.
Chema ntimi nyina ho. Akoto dwomu nyina hu no.
Enye.
Hey, woman be resemble nothing.
Nipa nzehwe politicians. Something nyame che na ka say politician mo lifespan is so. 4 years abro so na 8 years. We na bana hinati na ni agite say the egu na duane so yi. Oze
My vice president da. My assembly man. Adena. Pa kakra midie. Ubache me. Eyemun.
Yo. Me say bana hina otia na ni agine. Me say politicians. Ghana politician. 4 years. Abro so atwa so 8 years. Eno kwa na atraso no. Abro so 8 years. Ene dia bana hinati a wo sere hu. Echa table no da obetiam ti said abobodi say mo de ara mo hema nika o anyway mo amote mo ho asenti ene mo eni asem metama so mbie mark ma obio mbie mark bia ma bio madumo dada wo so ti ona kaza sa abusia eframe na ya okese as usual nim say me Catholic gide hia me enti obetimi aframe the cardinal eha ene brebe makwan ema edimo asie na nyame ya adomo a ye wono ukuada de rade asomdwe gya obia unya akwan etie yen ene anadwi makra mu nyina
Yazi mzamenyina Oya kwenju ahenze na ngwasum Yazi mzamane no mu nyipe nyina Obi boko